You ever notice how a small town can be quiet as a church, but loud in all the wrong ways? That's Milton, Ohio for you, where the sidewalks are cracked, the paint is peeling, and folks watch from behind curtains like it's their full-time job. I should know. I'm Mason Lewis, the only black mechanic in this old place, and let me tell you, that means something out here, mostly sideways glances, purses clutched tight, folks wondering if I'm going to strip a car instead of fix it. It's not the loud kind of hate, it's that subtle kind, the kind you feel in your bones, like a cold front that never leaves, you know what I mean? Anyway, that was the mood when I met Walter Briggs. I was leaning against the garage door of Henderson's, wiping grease from my hands, when I heard it a Harley engine, low and proud, like the old days. In Milton, that's rare enough to turn my head. Up rolls Walter on a heritage softail, chrome dulled with memories, eyes older than the Ohio hills. The man looked out of place like he'd stepped out of faded photo, khakis, flannel, stiff knees, the kind of guy everyone in town nods to but nobody really knows. He parks, sits there a second hand, lingering on the tank, thumb tracing the paint like he's saying goodbye. Finally, he glances up. "You work here?" he asks, voice rough around the edges. I nod, tell him Rick owns the place. Walter hesitates, says he's selling the bike. That catches me. You don't sell a bike like that, unless the world's coming apart. He doesn't smile. Name's Walter, he says, offers nothing more. I nod, step inside to get Rick, but I'm already chewing over what's not being said. From the window, I watch him hand Rick an envelope, his jaw clenched, pride barely holding back desperation. I catch a few words: granddaughter, medical bills, insurance won't cover it. The kind of story every working man dreads. Walter's voice is quiet but clear. She's all I got left. Her mom's gone. My son's doing what he can, but... And he just trails off, shoulders sagging. Rick does his best, tries to make it sound like business, but we both know what this really is. It's not chrome he's selling. It's the last piece of a life that used to be enough. After Walter leaves, Rick turns to me and sighs. Nobody sells their old Harley because they want to. Ain't that the truth? I watch Walter walk off, spine stiff as rebar, and something about it just sits wrong. Not just the injustice, but the way the whole town looks the other way, calls it tough luck or bad break. Out in Cleveland, you expect struggle, but in Milton, they dress it up nice, pretend it's not happening. That night, I can't shake it. I'm home, grease still under my fingernails, phone in hand, staring at the ceiling fan. You ever have those nights? Too quiet, thoughts rolling in like thunder. I think of my own mama, working 2 jobs when my brother got sick, late-night arguments, bills, the kind of pain you don't talk about in public. Love's never enough when the system's broken. And let me tell you, it's broken all right. I open up this old forum I'm on, Hell's Angels Ohio chapter. I ain't a big presence there, mostly keep to myself, but that night, I don't know, I write about Walter. How he lost his wife, how he's losing his bike, how all he wants is a shot for his granddaughter. I hit post before I can overthink it. Didn't expect much, maybe a couple of likes, some empty words. But 2 minutes later, the replies start. Where's the bike? We help our own. Stories pile up, folks sharing about sick kids, lost jobs, hospitals chewing them up. Names roll in mechanics, riders, someone offers to find a buyer. Another says build a replica. It's not loud, not some dramatic movie moment, but damn, it's real. I sit there, the weight in my chest, easing for the first time in days. 2 weeks go by, and I figure maybe that's all there is. But then, one Saturday after lunch, the air starts humming. At first, I think it's a storm, then I realize it's engines. Dozens of them. I step outside and see Main Street filled, end to end, with motorcycles. Black, silver, red, patched, and not. Men and women, Hell's Angels in the lead. The rumble shakes the street. Folks pour out of houses, some recording, most just stunned. And then a flatbed rolls in behind covered, something big strapped down. Walter's standing outside his hardware store, a box of light bulbs forgotten in his hands. The lead rider, a tough-as-nails woman with a voice that carries, steps up and calls his name. "Mr. Briggs," she says, and when he answers, she turns and signals the truck. Riders pull the tarp. There it is, a heritage softail, gleaming navy, chrome polished like new. But it's not just the shine, it's the details. Leather saddlebags with country roads tooled in, gas tank painted with "For Family" for the ride, and stitched across the seat, in careful script, Evelyn. Walter's wife's name. He staggers, hand shaking as he touches the bike. My wife's name, he whispers. We know, the woman says, voice gentle. The whole street goes silent, even the engines seem to quiet down. And right there, in that moment, you can feel the whole town, their suspicion, their guilt, their awe crash against the wall of real community. One of the younger riders claps me on the shoulder. You posted it, right? Good call, man. This is what it's about. I just nod. For the first time in a long while, I feel the knot in my chest loosen. But that's not the twist, not even close. A few days later, a white van from California pulls up outside Walter's house. Two guys in shipping uniforms roll down a ramp, and what do they have? Walter's original '88 Softail, the one he sold. Turns out a collector out west heard the story, paid to have it shipped home. The bike's not shiny anymore, but it's real. It's got the scars, the memories, the weight of a lifetime. Walter steps out, hand tight around his granddaughter Janice. When he sees the bike, disbelief and hope flicker on his face. He signs for it, hands trembling, and I just watch as he wheels it into the garage, right beside the tribute bike. Inside, the light catches the two bikes side by side. Jenna climbs up, her little hands brushing her grandma's name. She grins, gap-toothed and honest. You think Grandma can ride with us now? She asks. And I swear, I almost lose it. Pretty sure she never stopped, I say, smiling as best I can. Walter looks at me, voice softer than I ever heard. Thank you. For all of it. I shake my head. Was it just me, old man? Whole lot of folks had your back. I just lit the fuse. Jenna pipes up. Papa, can we put the both inside? Now they belong together. Walter ruffles her curls, nods, and together we push the bikes in one old, one new, both carrying a piece of something that can't be bought or sold. The three of us just stand there for a long moment, no one saying a word, just letting the garage fill up with something good for once. The sun's dipping low, the engines in the distance fading out. Life isn't perfect, town's not perfect, but right then, the world feels a little less broken, you know? Just cracked, and that's how the light gets in. I fire up my bike and roll out slow, the road wide and open ahead. That garage, finally full, isn't just about bikes or old memories. It's about what we owe each other, what happens when folks stop watching from the window and actually step up. So tell me, what would you have done? When is it your turn to light the fuse for someone else? Let's talk about it. Hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you want to wake up tomorrow believing community still means something. Yeah, that happened. And it could happen again if we let it.